go. I just want to say hello to our fans in Manila. I know it's early morning there, but I hope they got up early to watch the game.
Big picture-wise, it seemed like, first quarter was pretty dreadful, but after that, maybe you got what you wanted out of this game.
Yeah, well, we wanted a W, and we don't ask for anything and don't prescribe anything about what's going to happen as the game unfolds, the way the game unfolds. We've talked to our players about responding, and I thought they did respond. We dug ourselves a hole, but we didn't continue to keep digging. We fought our way out of the hole. We were down 17-7, we ended up winning 45-17. So it's a credit to those guys. We made some mistakes, and that's what you have to do. We don't have preseason games. When you're in a practice situation, someone makes a mistake, you do it over. You don't get do-overs here. So we did dig ourselves a little bit of a hole to start, but I was really proud of how our guys responded.
What would you say were kind of your major takeaways from the game?
Just their mindset more than anything, and how they responded to things. I mean, we'll wait till we get to the tape specifically to see what we did, but I know defensively we talked about being able to generate a rush with the front four, and you were playing against a team that really liked to throw the football, so that was a challenge for us. Allowed us to play coverage. I thought our back end did a really good job from a coverage standpoint, and I thought our rush got home. So I think that that was my first takeaway, just watching how our defense performed today.
Coach, the offensive line looked like it had a little bit of trouble throughout the day getting pressure on DTR. What is your assessment of how they did, and what do you think they need to improve on?
I'd have to look at the tape to get to that point in time, but I think we had 600 and some odd yards of offense, so I don't think they played poorly. There's things they can fix and they can get better at, but we'd look at the tape to get into any specifics. So.
The defense only gave up 10 points, only allowed 162 total yards. What is your assessment of what they did today?
I liked their effort. I liked how hard they played. Again, when we get into the technical aspect, we'll figure that out when we watch the film. But I thought, we talked about being able to be in coverage and rush four, and against a team that did a really nice job last year throwing the football. Going into it, that quarterback. And I talked to him after the game. He's a tough sucker. We got after him today, and he just kept bouncing back and making plays. And they have a really sound scheme. Coach Leffert does a great job with what they do offensively. So, for us to do what we did, hold them under 200 yards and really 7 points, that was really impressive to start the season. And hopefully we can build upon that.
Coach, how important would you say the chunk plays are to this offense? You had Dorian's big touchdown run early, and then Josiah with the big one late too.
Yeah, X plays for anybody is, if you win the X play battle, obviously if you can win the turnover battle and the X play battle, you're probably going to win the football game. And our guys know that. That's part of our play, the win of winning the X play battle. Do we have more X plays than they have? And it's a combination of what we do on the defensive side of the ball and then what we do offensively. But, when we needed a play and we were down, it was Dorian's long touchdown, and then Zach really kind of sparked us. I think it was the two veteran leaders on the offensive side of the ball kind of helped us get out of that hole. And it was good to see. And that's what you need. You got to rely on your playmakers in those deals, and then they came up with some really big plays for us.
And then special teams early on, you had Jake he muffed it, and then you had Nick had his punt blocked. What do you think went wrong in those situations, and how were you kind of able to fix it?
I think Jake, and you talked to him about it, I think he just took his eyes off. It was a fair catch situation. We just have to field the ball, and then we'll have to look at the film to see what happened on the punt block.
And Coach, how big of a factor was the heat, and how did it affect the way did you call certain plays a different way?
I don't think it was a factor because it affected both teams. I think they had a lot of guys going down with cramps. We had a few guys that cramped a little bit. I thought our medical team and our football performance team did a really good job of getting our guys prepared for this, from a hydration standpoint, understanding it. But it was hot, and but there was no getting around that, And I don't know if it was a factor in the game, but it was certainly, you could feel it down there. It was as hot as I've been in a game. So some of the games we played at Arizona State, were kind of like that. But playing games when it's in triple digits is you got to be able to fight through it a little bit, and I think our guys did a good job at that.
Coach, can I follow up on that a little bit? Like the conditioning that you guys did to prepare, what did the medical team have you guys do, and what can you say about your players' preparation to play in this kind of conditions?
Yeah, we have a hydration program that our guys go through in terms of what they put in their bodies and electrolyte-wise, what type of fluids they're putting in their bodies. We check for hydration on a daily basis, and then obviously we hydrate tested them before we're here. We can prescribe, if they are slightly dehydrated, how many milliliters of water and electrolytes they need to get back to where they need to go. We had the cool zone fans on the field. We did some work with some towels and ice towels that can kind of get to your vagal nerve, and if you kick your vagal nerve, it can take your body temperature down a little bit quicker. So, we had a hydration plan going into this game, and I think our guys executed it.
Pretty scientific. Do you get a sense when you're out there that the other team maybe starts to wilt a little bit because of the conditions?
You could see that, and I think they probably had more cramping than I think we did. We had 1 or 2, but I think there was a few times where there was 4 or 5 guys down, and they were legit cramping. You could see it in them, and it makes it difficult. So, obviously your depth in a game like this will get tested, and I think that was, I think our depth kind of shone through as the game went along.
Chip, just wondering what you thought of Keegan Jones. He had the one long touchdown to get you the
been impressed with Keegan. I know the question came up a lot about, you have Zach and we had Britton. Britton's playing for the Raiders now, but Keegan had a great offseason for us. Has worked extremely hard, and I thought he did some really good things when he was out there. And then TJ got an opportunity late. I thought he flashed a little bit, and we'll continue to grow. We'll continue to grow at the running back spot behind Zach, but I thought Keegan and TJ both did a really nice job today.
Coach, your thoughts on Zach being a workhorse, getting him the ball 21 times in a game like this and rushing for over 100? Your thoughts on
Yeah, that's just Zach. He's a warrior. A lot of guys carry 21 times and they're kind of tired. He wants to know why he didn't get more. He's that type of kid. He just tremendous work ethic. We kind of hang our hat on being able to run the football, and it starts with him. And again, we needed both him and Dorian. We got down a little bit. You can kind of see those are the guys we relied on a little bit, and they responded. So that was a real positive for us.
You went back to the hat after the visor last year. Is that an intentional decision, or you just grabbed what you saw?
I just grabbed it in my locker. Plus, from the sun standpoint, it was a little bit better. So.
Bobo had to change jerseys on the punt return. Did you not know that was going to be an issue?
No, we knew that was an issue. That's an issue. That's something we worked on all week long. I don't know exactly what happened with that one, but he has to put a jersey on because Brian Struthers is number 9. He's on defense and he's on our punt rush team. So
whose responsibility is that?
That's ours.
Like the coaching staff?
Yeah.
And what about the 4th down delay game? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we didn't snap the ball in time, so that's on us.
In regard, you mentioned obviously that you don't get like practice games and stuff, right? But when you look at those early mistakes, based on what you saw, in preparing for this game, what gives you the confidence, I guess, that for these players that was just kind of a temporary thing rather than?
Well, I think every game, you never play a perfect game, so there's always things you have to work on after every game you play. The cool thing is that, Winston Churchill said the problems of victory are a lot more agreeable than the problems of defeat, but they're no less difficult. So, we have things we have to get better at, and I think that's what college football is. We will not be the same team at the end of the year than we are at the beginning of the year. As I told our guys, I hope our goal is that this will be the worst game we play. And that's how you learn. That's how learning happens, is that you make mistakes and then you go out and correct those mistakes, and that's what the process is for us. And I think our guys understand that. But the one thing we talk about, do we play with great effort, and then how do we respond when things don't go our way? And I thought both those things we accomplished today. But there's still a ton of football that we have to get better at. So there's 12 games now. We got 11 left. You get one a week, and so you learn from it. And you hope we'll come back in on Monday and we'll make the necessary corrections, and then we'll move on to our next opponent.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.